What's going on, guys? It's Cote here once again, and some of the more clever among you may have noticed that this is not Pokemon Platinum. This is in fact Pokemon Black, as it just displayed proudly on the screen. I've finally done it, taken the plunge into 5th gen. It was definitely a unique and different experience from 4th gen, and I'll talk about that after the match. So this is against a guy named ProPokePlayer, and both times I've played this guy, it's been a ton of fun, and I've just enjoyed it a lot. He's definitely a great player. Both the first one came down to like a draw because well, you've seen it. It's on my channel. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Anyways, moving on. Let's just get right into the battle. So he's got a Registeel lead, and I have an Aero. So the first thing I notice is that crap. I effed up saving this Aero and has Calm Mind instead of Taunt. Not a big deal. I wouldn't have taunted it anyways. I just set up my Stealth Rocks right away because I want to do that, and that's a good thing to do. He's with an Iron Head, and because of my paper defenses, Aero's not going to take that very well. The fact that I live at 19 HP is irrelevant because I do carry Focus Sash on this Aero, and I would have lived it anyway. I decided to just kill off the Aero right away, just suicide, and stay in and try to get a hit on that thing. And I'm going to go into Klinklang because I'm not sure what this Registeel wants to do yet, because obviously it can't do too much, but the things that it does are all different. So I went for Volt Switch because I'm not sure. I'm just trying to get some information on it. And then I go to Suicune fearing Iron Head. Unfortunately for me, he went for a Substitute, which it tells me that it's probably a Sub Puncher, which I've never seen before. I go for Surf expecting it to KO the Sub, but it doesn't. I'm not sure why. I kind of complained about that, and he's like, dude, it's a Registeel. And I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. That makes sense. I'm not sure what I was thinking. He Toxics my Suicune, which turns out to not be a big deal whatsoever, as you'll see in a second. I go for a Calm Mind because I'm still expecting him to switch out because he can't hurt me at all with these Iron Heads or Focus Punches. So obviously he's gonna have to switch out, even though he does have a sub up. So I could go for another Calm Mind, but I thought, if he gets a crit or something stupid happens, then I don't want to be at this low HP and have poison on me. So I just went to sleep. I was kind of expecting him to switch, so I wanted to be able to sleep talk on something that came in, but you know what? Nothing happened, and it's no big deal, and he can't hurt me with those Focus Punches because Suicune's a physical beast. He's going to switch out now, however, because he realizes he has nothing, even though he does have a sub. And in comes a Heracross, and I know that thing's going to be packing Guts, and I know it's going to be packing Scarf, because that's the only really usable set for a Heracross. And I Sleep Talk a Calm Mind on the first turn, and I'm like, okay, that would be perfect if I could Sleep Talk a Surf on this turn, because I would definitely wreck this thing, and after the close combat drop, I think I would be able to kill it. Unfortunately for me, I Sleep Talk another Calm Mind, which definitely is not what I wanted. Because now he's going to be able to switch into whatever he wants to take this +3 hit. And I'm not sure what it is yet because it's early on, and I didn't exactly pay attention to his team being shown at the beginning of the game. And I've never really fought a Gastrodon before, and I didn't know that it had Storm Drain, so I didn't know, and I didn't even know what Storm Drain could do because it got a new part in 5th gen. So that kind of sucked, and I had to switch out of a +3/+3 Suicune. I go into my Milotic because I'm not even sure what this Gastrodon wants to do, and he predicts that perfectly, and he goes for Toxic. And now he predicts me to Toxic, and that's another great play by him. That's 2 right in a row. So he gets his Guts active on Heracross. And I'm like, crap, this sucks because now he's got his Guts, and I'm not sure I'll be able to do too much to this thing after that. I'm still Toxic though, and that really stinks for my Milotic. So I'm kind of just gonna use it as fodder from now on, from here on out. So I just went for Surf, and anytime that some fodder gets a hit, it's a good thing. Unfortunately for me, his Registeel looks like it'll be able to take another Surf, so I'm not exactly going to stick around and try to hit it. So I'm just going to save Milotic to take a hit later, and I'm going to go to Klinklang. He predicted me to switch, but not into a Steel type, so his Toxic is nullified, and that is good for me. Because he doesn't have a sub up, I know that I'm free to... I think he's going to switch, so I'm probably free to go for a Shift Gear. That gives me +2 speed and +1 attack. Now, here is where I make a huge mistake. I completely forgot, or I didn't know, or something, that all the Rotom forms lost their Ghost type in this generation, and I didn't know that this thing was part Electric and Fire now. So that shift gear is going to do nothing when I should have went for a return because that probably would have wrecked it. So that definitely sucked. And because he went for overheat, and that just wrecks my my steel type, Klinklang. So because of the -2 drop, I'm going to go to Zam and try to get a Calm Mind, because even if that thing can still pack Shadow Ball, it's not going to be stab, it's going to be -2 stages, and I'm going to have a Calm Mind up. So I'm not afraid of Shadow Ball whatsoever, even though Zam is frail as hell. He went for Pain Split, which I kind of understand because he was -2, and I'm not even sure if he packed Shadow Ball. I'm not even sure if he can learn Shadow Ball anymore. But whatever, I finished off with a Life Orb +1 Psychic. In comes the Heracross again, though. So I've got to switch because I know that thing's Scarf, and Zam's going to be my best shot at sweeping some fools. He sends in the Heracross, and because I opened my Big Mouth on IM, I was like, you're definitely Scarfed, right? And then I just went to Milotic, and he close combated instead of going for a bug move. So that was a great play by him. And this is where I realized that my Big Mouth was open, so I was like, maybe if I can say something else, maybe I can trick him. So I said, I have nothing to kill your Gastrodon anymore because I can't Toxic Stall it. So I'm kind of playing mind games as we're playing, so keep that in mind. I know Suicune can take a close combat, so I go to it, and after the -2 special defense drop on him, I know that a Surf will be able to KO it. And now he sends in Azelf to face my Suicune, and I was thinking Scarf 100%, so I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to stand and try to rest in case he's got something funky going on and he does something, and Suicune was just pretty much there to take a hit. Surprisingly, though, this Azelf is not the standard mid-game Scarf Sweeper set. It is actually a lead Azelf, and that totally shocked me, and I was like, dude, why do you have a lead Azelf halfway through? And he's like, that's the point, it tricks people. And I was like, oh my god, that is so awesome. So that's a great play by him. So now I'm going to go to Zam. Since it's not Scarf, Zam's going to be faster because I am max speed. And there goes a Shadow Ball, and that's going to wreck Azelf all day long. So now here he should send in Gastrodon, but because I told him I can't do anything to it, he doesn't send it in because to kill my Zam. So because of that, I get to hit it with a Focus Blast, which I'm surprised it hit, and that just wrecks the stupid Porygon Z. And in comes the Registeel. I'm not sure Psychic would KO it. It probably would, but I went for Focus Blast anyway, and I was like, well, I feel bad about playing the Mind Game, so I'm just going to Focus Blast again. And lucky, it hits twice in a row, which I kind of didn't expect. That's great for me, though. And then in comes the Gastrodon, like he should have done in the first place if I hadn't been playing Mind Games. And it's going to take half damage from a Psychic, and it gets the drop. And this is I lied because I actually have my 6th, which he hasn't seen yet, actually has HP Grass, and that's going to be able to wreck it. So I kind of feel bad about playing Mind Games, but then again, you know, looking back, because my Electivire carries the Expert Belt, I think that I did calcs, and a Cross Chop would have KO'd the Porygon Z after the Stealth Rock, and Cross Chop definitely would have KO'd the stupid Registeel. So I don't think it mattered, but in case it did, I'm really sorry, dude. But you know what? That was a totally fun match. I definitely enjoyed myself. There were a few things I didn't like about the 5th gen, though. Mainly being able to switch the order of your team, like right before the match after seeing your opponent's team. I think that's dumb. Another thing, well, I guess that's really the only thing that was like completely different. The tiers are still all fucked up, though. Like, this was a UU match. Now, I know a lot of you, yeah, I was surprised too. Like, Azelf in UU, that's kind of broken. Suicune, you know, Aero, Porygon Z, all these guys in UU, that's just insane. So that's just nuts. So the tiers once the tiers get all straightened out, I might be able to enjoy it. I'm not sure yet. There's still no set level system, so you have to have Pokegen or something in order to really play it competitively. But you know what? Whatever. I might jump into it. I'm not sure. This was definitely fun, and I'm definitely going to continue playing 5th gen. It's just a matter of how much I'm playing it and against who. So if you enjoyed the 5th gen, be sure to leave a like and a comment, and you know, subscribe if you want to see some more, and just let me know if you want to see more 4th gen or more 5th gen. I've got tons of 4th gen saved up, and like I definitely enjoy playing it. So, and I definitely enjoyed playing 5th gen. Like, there were a few things wrong, like I said, but I'll continue to play it if you guys would like to continue watching it from me. So keep that in mind, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you later.